Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a very busy week for Arknights. Global server is currently celebrating the 4.5 anniversary. And at the same time CN server is having a brand new summer event. Which by the way, should be Global Dweller's 5th anniversary. And so I'm here like always, to give you a summary of the recent CN livestream. And see what's the new stuff that will be added in the next 6 months. Okay, this year's summer event will be live on the 1st of August. Literally the day after the Global Inner event live. And the event is titled, you know what, I don't even dare to pronounce it. Anyway, this year's summer event is very different from our previous events. Because instead of having the usual beach episode, we're going to Egypt. I was actually expecting a sports themed event because of the Olympics. But I think I like this idea more. And so with new event, there's of course new operators. As expected, this event will feature a limited banner. And surprisingly, there's no alter characters. The free operator is someone called Mari. Sorry, wrong person. I mean Papyrus, our newest chain medic. For the time being I will only focus on talking about the new 6 stars abilities. So moving on to the Gacha 5 star. Sandrekana, our newest summoner. Then let's talk about the 6 stars. Like almost every limited banner, there will be 2 6 stars. And let's see the limited first. The limited is someone called Pepe. If I'm not mistaken, she is first seen as an NPC in the newest reclamation algorithm. And considering Global will get a reclamation algorithm mode soon, the timing is quite perfect. Anyway, she is our first 6-star Earthshaker guard. Global dwellers only are no doubt unfamiliar with this archetype. Because the first example we got is from the Babel event, still a pretty long way from Global. But basically Earthshaker is just a down-to-earth version of Flinger Sniper. Suitable to handle crowds like a Centurion. Full details about her abilities will be available once the event is live. But they did already give some valuable information about Pepe. Such as her talents. The talent 1 will allow her to obtain SP after her skills ends. And the SP number equals how many enemies she defeated during skill, but there's a limit. And talent 2 is surprisingly very simple, where she can buff all guard operators when she is on the field. They also showcase her skills in the stream. But from what I've seen they didn't touch her S2. So first her skill 1, it will make her deal some percentage of physical damage. And the skill can hold charges. But what makes it interesting is that this skill can be used when she's under a negative effect. And she will instantly break free from that effect. As for skill 2, it will extend her range, increase attack and attack speed. But now she will attack randomly. And every time she uses this skill, it will make future skill activation to get even more attack speed. Lastly, her skill 3, it increases her interval slightly. But gain attack buff, and every attack now stun the enemies. With the main target stun duration is longer. Additionally, every time she attacks, the damage splash area and attack buff will be increased. Seems to be a great wave cleaner. And has the potential to stun lock some enemies. But we'll see how it's truly performed when she's released. Okay, now let's see the standard 6-star. We have our first 6-star loop shooter sniper called Narantuya. So straight to the point. Her talent 1 will allow her to steal the target's attack and defense. And talent 2 interestingly will further increase her defensive capability. By giving her some physical and dodge chance, and reduce the accuracy of the enemies around her. Although loop shooter has a long range like a marksman. But it's best if they are placed near their targets so that they can attack quicker. So I suppose it makes sense if they give her this much defensive ability. Then let's talk skills. For skill 1 I don't think they showcased it in the stream. But from the description, this is a switch state skill, so basically it has infinite duration. In this skill the attack distance is shortened, deals a certain amount of physical damage, and the attack can bounce between enemies, much like Chaincaster I suppose. As for skill 2, It will inflict a certain number of damage, and inflict slow. And the blades will also deal damage when they are returning. Seems to be a great physical damage source, and to handle crowds. Here we also see that this skill is an offensive recovery. And they also showcase her defensive capability here. Moving on to her last skill. Skill 3 will make her launch multiple blades, and when all of them return, all enemies around her will take physical damage and slow. All the 6 stars seem to be good operators to get, especially if you are lacking physical dealer. But we'll see more of them once they are released. Now let's see the new skins. We got a new outfit brand, as well as outfits from Epic. First there's a skin for Weedy, a skin for Hodera, L2D skin for Nightingale, a skin for Ponceris, skin for Caper, and this one is Reclamation Algorithm Reward. Lastly, an L2D and new voice line skin for Ejabari. Then there's a new skin for Telopsis at a later date. For the new module, Wandering Medic will get one in this update, as well as the second module for Nightingale. But what's interesting is that Big Lady Cal and Phantom will get another module. But this one is called a specialized module that has a much cheaper unlock and upgrade cost, but can only be used in certain modes like integrated strategies. And these modules are no joke, because Calci will start healing 2 units in range, and the upgrade will make monster not consuming deployment slots. For Phantom, whenever he or his clone attacks, their next redeployment time will be reduced by 1 second. The upgrade will make his clone not consume deployment slots, and make Phantom uses his skill again when his clone is deployed. Holy moly, this is like my dream module for Phantom. They limit it to certain modes is beyond me. Next up there will be some quality of life update, like how module trust requirement is adjusted, and you can now select which skill or module to be used when using a support unit, and they seem to be going to add some sort of training mode. These operators will be added to the recruitment, and here's the new furniture. Ideal City Record Restoration, and So Long Adele Eventra run is announced. Also with an announcement of skin for Bryophyta. More sneak peeks for the upcoming Dungeon Meshi collab. Chilchuck is confirmed to become playable, although we do not have more details about him or Senshi yet. And judging from this picture, expect these two will become playable. They also showcase a little bit about the collab event mechanics. Yes doctors, we are going to cook. There will be a new newbie banner for anyone who made their account after this event update. And aside from the usual freebies we will get in an event like this time we will also be given a 6-star selector ticket. If I'm not mistaken, people who made their account before the update will get it instantly, but new players will get it from login event. Well, I suppose that's all the important info from the stream. Tell me what you think about this update. That should be all. Adios.